Hey guys, how's it going? Shadow Wolf here with another manga related video. So let's get right into it. Alright, so what we're doing today is I pulled all the Isekai titles that I currently own in my collection, and we're going to do a Isekai tier list, at least my opinion, based on what I've read so far. If I have not read it, I'll throw it in the have not read section down here at the bottom. There are several here that I have not read, so I do apologize, but most of these I've read. They're all of it or a good chunk of it. So we're gonna start off the list here. We got, as a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise up in the world. So far, I think I've really loved this manga. A little upset that the anime is not English dubbed. Yes, I'm an English dubber. I'm sorry, or thing, but I like to watch my anime in my language. I know the Japanese, it's a lot of people love it in Japanese, and that's great. But, I'm not a very good multitasker, so reading and then watching, I think I kind of lose half of what's going on. So, yeah, I think I'm hoping this eventually gets an English dub. But the manga, while I think so far, I'm almost fully current. I think I haven't read the newest one. It just came out. But, yeah, this series, I'm really, really liking this series. It's definitely in my top 5 of all-time favorites. So I will put this one definitely. There we go. So I definitely put this up here in the S tier for sure. This is a must-have. Everything. If you're in the isekai genre, this is a great story. So, anyways, moving on. The next one we got here, we got Overlord. I mean, come on, guys. Overlord thing is fucking hella good. I'll be honest, I've not read the manga yet, even though I own it all. I think I should technically throw this down in the not read, but I've watched all the anime, and if the anime is anything close to what the manga is, this is top tier. Would I put it in my top 5? I don't know. There's so many great ones. It's hard to say. It'd definitely be my top 10 for sure. The anime is amazing. I'm gonna put it in. I have not read. I'm just gonna be honest. I gotta get to it. I know. I'm sorry. We're moving on to. I got a cheat skill in another world, and I was unrivaled in the real world. The manga is pretty good. I liked it. I even watched the anime. The anime is pretty good. The first season. It's a fair 1-to-1 almost. Slight differences here and there. Definitely up there. I would probably put it. Between A and B rank. We're going to put it in B rank at the moment. It might move depending on how these things. It's so early. We only got 2 technically in ranking here, so there's not a lot to compare it to. So we may come back and move it but right now I'm going to put it at B tier, okay? So, alright, moving on to So I'm a Spider, So What? This series was great. I loved reading this The anime was great. Is it my top 5? It's in my top 10 for sure. I'm not sure if it's really in my top 5, but it's definitely top 10. I'm going to have to put this in A tier for sure. Like I said, we're still beginning here, so these lists may slightly change as we go, because these beginner ones don't really get much of anything to compete against, So, anyways, moving on to the next one Now, what's wrong with being reincarnated as a goblin? This series, another series I'm really loving. This is in my top 5. Yes, this is really good. It's only got, I think currently, it's got 5 volumes right now. Can't wait for volume 6. This definitely needs to get an anime. I'm really enjoying this. It kind of reminds me of Re-Monster, but much better. I think the storytelling is much better on this than Remonster. This is definitely going in S tier. I would put it behind Reincarnated as Aristocrat it's up there, but I don't think it's better. So I'm gonna put it just slightly underneath him. So the next one we got Eminence in the Shadow. Now a lot of people I know were big fans of this I've read probably the first 5 or 6 volumes. I know volume 10 just came out. The anime, I've only seen the first season anime. Really enjoyed it. I think it's really good. I wouldn't say it would be my top 10 or anything, but it's definitely, I definitely enjoyed it. It's not terrible. I definitely put it probably around B tier. It could change with you in a minute. I think I don't know. We'll see. Everything, but going on to the next one, the world's finest assassin, reincarnated as an aristocrat. This story thing, actually, I liked it. The anime is good. I definitely would say probably another B tier. All right, so moving on to the next one. I think I got Chilling in Another World with my level 2 super cheat powers. This was good. It's your typical. I think this is more of your basic isekai that's nowadays or thing. The hint of the harem, but not really. The super overpowered. It's just slice of life kind of isekai or thing. It's not terrible. It's not great. I'd put it C tier, right in the middle. Top C tier thing. It was fun or thing. At least as far as I've read so far. I've only read the first 4 or 5 volumes. The anime only covers like around that. So as of right now, I think that's where I feel about it right now. So let's move on to the next one. We got ourselves Creature Girls, a hands-on field journal to another world. Now this series, when I first started reading this, I thought for sure, since it was a adult immature rating, I thought for sure it was going to be like straight up just hentai or thing, just fan service, whatnot or thing. So I wasn't expecting much of it, and actually it's completely surprised me. Yes, it has some of that stuff in there, but it actually has a really good story to it. They actually take it more serious than most isekais. It goes real in depth in how the whole world works and how each creature girl or thing, how they're biological, like how they would actually exist and all that stuff. I was very surprised. I've only read up to volume 8. There's volume 10 just came out, so I'm really enjoying this. I definitely would put it up here with So I'm a Spider, So What. All right, moving on or thing. Loner Life in Another World. This series or thing is it's pretty good. I like it, I think, but it kind of feels like, just like I was saying with Chilling in Another World, kind of like your regular. But this one, I think the difference is he kind of wants to be left alone or thing. He wants to do everything by himself, where the other one's like, everybody together kind of stuff. But I would actually say it's probably better than. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so I have to say, Mushoku Tensei, people love it, people hate it. I absolutely love this story. The freaking light novel, I'm diving into it again for the 3rd time. I think I'm listening to the audiobooks. I own all the manga. I watched the anime. I think season 2 just ended just recently. I cannot wait for season 3. Season 3 is going to be freaking fire. It is going to be freaking, there's so much coming with season 3. I think if anybody's read the light novels, you'll know. I know a lot of people don't like Rudius as the main character, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's about, you can't have a good story without freaking broken people. So yes, Rudius is a terrible person. That's the whole reason why the story is good, because he's a terrible person. And he knows he's a terrible person, and he's trying to be better. And most people, like most animes, like they come into this new world, broken, and then like 2 episodes later, they're all magically fixed and nothing. They never address their problems ever again. And this is not like that. It's like he makes mistakes, he makes progress, and then he makes mistakes and falls back. Like this new season, with the whole. I mean, spoiler alert if you guys not watched it. I warn you now. Walk away for like 30 seconds or something like that.
Warning. Warning, 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 warning.
Okay, I think they get the idea.
Hey, you guys are gone? Okay. Yeah, the whole Roxy thing, he cheated on his wife and she's pregnant. Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, he knows it was terrible, It's like he really wanted to be faithful to Sylphie, but his dad just died, which I'm not making excuses for, but he's in a terrible mind state. And Roxy wanted to do something to help, and in that kind of world, they don't have therapists. They don't think like we do, or think what they didn't show in the anime. Talhan and Roxy, Lenelise, and Geese, they all were sitting at a table and talk about what they should do. They brought up a thing that usually sleeping with a man, it kind of helps him, kind of pull him out of that kind of state, you know. And so Roxy and her thing, you know, wanted to help him, and she loves him and all that stuff like that. But I'm not making excuses. It was bad. They both made terrible choices. But that's what's great about this, is that it doesn't shy away from these things. You know, it's like, yes, he made a mistake, he messed up. Oh, well, that doesn't make it right. But but that's what makes great storytelling, is shows that even though he's striving to be a better person, he still can make mistakes and make the same mistakes, and even beats himself up that he made the same mistake again, you know. And then it's like, yeah, the anime kind of changed it around a little bit to make it more like Roxy was the aggressor thing. It was the opposite way in the light novel, but whatever. I'm dragging on with it.
3 hours later.
Anyways, the story, I can feel like I can relate to the story in this in many ways, or thing, you know. It really hits me in the feels, or world building, and Rudy is, or thing, like he feels like a real person, you know. It's like, yeah, people are freaking flawed as fuck, especially people that are like that have trauma like he had, or thing, where I've had a lot of major trauma in my life, where I suffered with depression and anxiety and all that stuff. And so, yeah, I feel like I can relate in a lot of ways, or thing. I feel like Rudius pushes the boundaries all the freaking time. I'm like, come on, dude, or thing, like, but still, see, I'm still going on about this.
1 eternity later.
To make long story short, Musha Tensei is my favorite story of all time. So, yeah, so S tier. Anyways, moving on. Next on the list, we got Dungeon Dive. Aiming for the deepest level. This sort of thing, it's actually a pretty good story so far. I'm hoping this actually gets an anime. And an English dub anime, if that, or thing. So many freaking titles that I love are really enjoying, and they finally get an anime, and they're not freaking English dub, for crying out loud, or thing. They should give us at least a button on there. I mean, if you guys agree with me, or thing, let me know in the comments down below, or thing. But I mean, I think Crunchyroll should have a button on every freaking anime, or thing, and have like, it's like, what language would you like this to be dubbed? You know, it's like, yes, I would love to see this dubbed in English, and that way, or thing, they can get a sense of what people want. I think that would help dramatically. At least it would make me feel better, at least, and everything, knowing everything. So, well, I let them know everything that I want this, and if enough people say they want it, then maybe they'll do it. But anyways, this Dungeon Dive, I'm really liking this. I'm gonna put this in A tier. I'm actually gonna put it above Creature Girls. Yeah, but I don't think it's better than it's up there, right there next to Soma Spider. But Soma Spider's got more volumes out than this. It's only got 5 volumes. So yeah, so I'm gonna put it right there in the A tier. So moving on, this is a new manga that just came out not too long ago. It just got its 2nd volume. Even though it's only got 2 volumes, I'm really enjoying this so far. The story thing is going on pretty good. As long as it keeps going this way, this could potentially be up in my top 5, maybe, depending on how it keeps going. But right now, it's going pretty good. It is only got 2 volumes, so I'm going to put it up there. Just because it only has 2 volumes, I'm going to put it at the end of A tier. So I'd say probably maybe B+. God damn, I think so. I've got a feeling we're going to have I just can't be too biased on some of these. Alright, so let's go on to the next one. We got Failure Frame. Now, there's another anime on, like, it's right now, so far, it's only got a couple episodes, so it could be your thing that just haven't got the English dub yet ready, but, you know, like, I'm going to be upset if it doesn't. You know, I'm talking to you, freaking 7th time loop, and all those other ones, they've been done, and there's still no English dub, damn it. I'm so bitter. Anyways, Failure Frame is really good. I've enjoyed what I've read so far. I've only read up to volume 5. There's 7 volumes or anything, so I'm 2 behind. When you own, like, over 750 manga, it's hard to keep up. It's just constantly shit coming out. I'm getting further and further behind. But, yeah, I'm enjoying this. So I'm definitely, yes, I know everything. I'm going to put it in A tier. There we go. All right, so moving on. My Isekai Life. Okay, it's pretty good. Everything, you know, controlling slimes or thing. I'm really behind in this series. I've watched the anime. I've only read the first, 5. So, yeah, I'm pretty far behind. But as of right now, it's good. You know, I definitely put it in C tier. It's just your typical Isekai thing. Yeah, it does use. It's a little unique because instead of it uses the slimes and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Next up, we got Remonster. I mentioned this before. Very similar to what's wrong with being reincarnated as a goblin. I feel like this is more of a battler thing than that one or thing. This one focuses more. It's more of like a diary, how it goes day by day by day, and the events that goes on. So, but it also is much older. It's been out for a lot longer. The anime was good. Enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to put it in a solid B tier. Great, it's pretty good, but it's not A tier. I would say really, it's like a B plus. I think it's pretty good. Okay, moving on. A Slow Life in Another World. Pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I can't really think of anything really unique about it that really makes it stand out. So I'm gonna have to put it in C tier. Moving on, our thing, we got ourselves Headhunted into Another World. Now this one, I'm enjoying this series or thing. Volume 6 just finally came out. I haven't read it yet, but I am currently at the volume 5. This is kind of a different take. This guy, instead of being overpowered, all like that, he's just a simple salary guy or thing, and all of a sudden he gets recruited over to the demon lord wants him or thing as one of his top generals but not for his strengths, but for his knowledge and thing, and the way he's able to negotiate and talk to people and get things done or thing, so it's definitely, I think it's definitely interesting. I think everybody's like, expecting him to do stuff, and then he's like, he managed to pull shit off when nobody else can pull it off or thing, and he doesn't even have to use violence. That's just the way it goes. It's pretty funny. I'm enjoying it. Now, where would I place this? Most people would probably put it, B or C or thing, because it's not like very action packer thing, but story wise, I think I'm enjoying the story very much right there. I'm gonna put it up here in A tier, low A tier. Next up, we got Gotcha Girls. Now, some would argue if this is an easy guy or not because like he's brought into a video game or whatever like that. But I feel like that still counts because he's brought to another world or dimension or whatever like that. I feel like it's gonna be an isekai if it's either you're reincarnated in some way or you're brought to somewhere from one world or dimension to another. So like Overlord or thing is the same way. Everything brought into a video game or thing, So I would say that this would count. So anyway, Gotcha Girl, but I'm enjoying. It's fun. I'd say C tier, probably mid C tier. I'd actually probably put it above Isekai Life. Actually, I'd even probably put it above anything. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's funny. Everything it's got, I like the gotcha kind of thing. I wish more published isekai would be like this. I mean, there's one or thing. It's not an isekai or anything, but it's I'm really enjoying the story. Everything is backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. It's a super long fucking title, but that's got a gotcha system in it too. I'm really enjoying that story. So it's good to see they brought that uniqueness to it. Next, we got My Status as the Assassin. Obviously, Seed's the hero. This is a great story. I'm enjoying where it's going. So I'm going to put it in B tier. I'm actually going to put it in high B tier. I'm probably in second place here. Yeah, I think it's better than Remonster. Even though Remonster's got a lot more titles, I think that's where we're going to go with that. Okay, so all right. So next we got Reborn as a Space Mercenary. This series, I'm enjoying it. I think it's funny. It kind of gives me Outlaw Star vibes. Yeah, I think I'm enjoying it. It's like I feel like this is like the only isekai or thing that's in space. It's always fantasy tropes or thing, medieval tropes or thing, whatever. You never see anything. So this just unique, standalone by itself as far as I can tell. You know what? I'm going to put it in A tier for its uniqueness. I'm going to put it just ahead of Headhunters. There we go. Mid to low A tier. So, all right. Next we got Reborn as a Barrier Master. This This thing starts off sweet and innocent, and then yanks your fucking heartstrings right out of your chest. I was not expecting this to go dark. I'm gonna have to put this top B, just for the fact that just the shock value alone. Oh my god, I'm gonna put it up there above Remonster. All right, next we got Karate Survivor in Another World. Story-wise thing, it's pretty good. Everything I'm gonna say this is probably B tier, bottom to B tier. I'd even put it above. So yeah, like a lot of people are gonna be upset with that. This is my opinion. You guys may let me know in the comments sections below what you guys disagree or agree with me. You know, if you guys agree with any of my selections or whatever, let me know. We can get this conversation going down there. But yeah, I like it more than, Eminence in Shadow or thing, just because it's uniqueness. I mean, he starts off practically naked, but with nothing, and he doesn't got any special abilities and got no superpowers or anything. All he's got, I think, is his knowledge of karate from his past life, and that's it. And he's just dropped in this like a jungle, and he has to figure out what the hell is going on. He's got to survive. He's got to figure it out, I think. And I like that. You know what? I like that even more. That looks more like, yeah, that's much better. Okay, so moving on, Reincarnated as a Sword. I enjoyed this a lot. The anime, I've not watched all of it because it's on High Dive. I need to subscribe to High Dive. I need to get that. Cause there's a bunch of manga that got brought into anime that only High Dive has. And at least that's kind of good because it gives Crunchyroll a run, because Crunchyroll is just freaking monopolizing and everything. But anyways, Reincarnated as a Sword. It's a good story. I like it a lot. There's 12 volumes plus a spin-off series. I'm curious to see where it goes with this. But I would definitely put it in B tier. I would say probably right behind Karate Survivor. Right there, mid B tier. Pretty good story. Enjoying it so far. All right.
Next, we got the Sorcerer King of Destruction and the Golem.
This one, I was really enjoying this story, and then I heard it got canceled. It got axed. There's only 2 volumes, which makes me really sad, because there's no more coming out as far as I know. So it's like, what do I do with it? Like, it should be up here and like B tier thing, just based off of what it is, but because it's canceled or thing, I'm gonna have to put it D tier. Because I wouldn't say it's garbage, because even with just the 2 volumes, I would say it's worth thing just reading. It just sucks for thing you're not gonna get any more. I don't want to put it in garbage because I really enjoyed. If it was canceled and the story was okay, if it was going to go like C, I would put it garbage. Because it's not only is it canceled, but it's just not worth anything. Your time. Anyways, moving on to the next one. This is screwed up, but I was reincarnated as a girl. Pretty good story. It cracks me up all the time with his her daily duties and everything. You'll know everything if you read everything the manga, but gets a little out of control. So far I've not fully caught up with this one. I think I'm on like volume 9 or volume 8, so I'm a little behind on this one. But as of where I last read off, it's starting to pick up. I would have to put this probably low B tier though. All right, so next we got, this is another story thing that it finally got an anime, but it's not dubbed in English or thing. I'm like, oh, come on. This is one of the ones I was looking forward to. The same thing with the Reincarnated Aristocrat or thing. It's in my top 5, and it doesn't have an English dub or thing. I feel like it's either done or it's almost done, and it's only got Dutchy dubbed or something like that. I'm like, please or thing, give it a dub. But this or thing is another one of those video games kind of brought into another world taupe. I'm gonna have to put this at bottom A tier. Yeah, I'll put it right there for now. Feel like everything easy going just keeps on getting pushed back because it's only got 2 volumes, so it's hard to say. It's barely hanging in the A tier just because the factor thing, it's only got 2 volumes, so it's hard to base it off of anything. But anyways, moving on. All right, back to the great anime here thing, or manga. It doesn't have an anime. I hope this gets an anime. If it does get an anime, I hope to God it's in English. This is a freaking in my top 5. I love this freaking series. It's freaking it cracks me up. It's freaking got great story thing. This is not one for you if you like all action or anything. This is a different type of isekai, more of the romantic, more of the politics. I mean, it's funny because I hate getting into politics and all that kind of stuff, but when it's in a manga form, for example, or anything like how the realistic hero rebuilt the kingdom, like stuff like that. I really like world building and all that kind of stuff. I think, and how the whole thing works. So this one, I believe it's got 16 volumes. I'm waiting for volume 17. Very good. I love this. It's in my top 5. Where would I put this up here with these? I'm gonna have to put this at number 3. Anyways, so that's where that's going. Highly recommend. Moving on, we got Surviving in Another World with My Mistress. I was expecting it to be, say, like a hentai or anything more than anything else. Surprisingly not. I think actually it was like, surprisingly, it had like a lot of Minecraft elements. It reminds me of another manga that I did own, but I ended up getting rid of because I found out it was canceled. It would have ended up going in garbage because I mean, I liked where it was going, but it only had 3 volumes and it was canceled. It was Cube Arts. I enjoyed it, but it would have been like C tier as of where it was, and then it got canceled, so it would have went to garbage. But yeah, this it's only 5 volumes. Okay, so volume 6 hasn't come out yet, but I'm fully current on this one. Really enjoying this. Like where it's going. I'm gonna have to put this. Can I go anywhere? So here we go. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm really enjoying it. It's great. Up here, definitely belongs in A tier. And so let's move on. Okay, The Rising of the Shield Hero. When this first came out, oh my god, first season was fucking fire, dude. It was like I loved it. The manga was just kicking. Like, oh my god, it was great. And then it started going downhill from there, and it hasn't picked up since. Like, the anime season 2 and season 3 have been I think season 3 was better than season 2. I don't know if it keeps going this way or thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with anything, because it started off as an S tier manga, anime, whatever the hell our thing, and it's gone down, and at the rate it's got 22 volumes right now. I think it's probably my biggest manga I own at the moment, as far as manga count, and it's sad to say I gotta put this down here at like low C tier at the moment or thing, because I wouldn't put it that low. I'd put it top C tier, because technically it deserves that, just because this first season alone. And I'm sorry if that upsets anybody, but yeah, right now that's how I feel, and I hope it turns it around, because it's still going. So please get better, get back to how you were, because I'm not liking where you're at. Anyway, moving on. Villainous Level 99. This it got an anime, but it's not English dub. Damn it. But you know, the manga, volume 3 just came out just recently. I haven't read it yet. I've only read volume 1 and 2. I'm enjoying this. It's pretty good. Another kind of, I believe, video game taupe or thing. I'm gonna put it high C, but right now I'm gonna put it there. So moving on. Okay, I may butcher this. Yasuka. I believe it's the Japanese mafia. I cannot pronounce it right. I'm sorry. Yasuka reincarnation. A freaking mob boss who gets killed, and he's reincarnated as a frail princess in another world or thing, and It just takes full control. So I'm way behind on this manga. I've only read, I think, the first 4 volumes, and volume 9 just volume 10 is gonna be coming out here soon. So I'm pretty far behind everything. But as what I've read, everything, I like this because it's funny. But it feels like everything it's like, I would say right now, what I've read, it's C tier, mid C tier. Yeah, definitely a thing. It's nothing, it's definitely worth owning, worth checking out. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's got enough to read. But yeah, that's where I'm going to put it at the moment. Okay, next we got on the list here, we got Am I Actually the Strongest? Okay, I know I've watched the anime. I've only read the first volume. There's 6 volumes. So I could technically throw this under I haven't read yet, but since I have read the first volume, I'm going to go with it. As of right now, I'm putting this in D tier. I haven't really cared too much for it. That's why I only read the first volume. I did enjoy the anime a little bit, so I might go back and read more of it. But I feel like the anime's covered most of what I own. Probably at least the first 3 to 4 volumes. So we'll see. I'm not sure. Anyways, here's another one. I think I'm probably gonna freaking butcher. The Stepmother's Merchant. I can't pronounce it, so I apologize if I say it wrong. But this is one of those villainous being reincarnated into a game kind of thing. At least that's the way I take it. And then it's got going back in time on top of it. Or it's a little complicated or thing how it works, but I'm gonna say everything it counts as isekai. If you guys let me know in the comments below if you guys agree or disagree. If you think it doesn't belong on this list, I'm not sure. There's a couple like this or thing I wasn't really sure. This is one of them, but since I wasn't sure I thought I'd throw it in the list. Let me know if you guys think if I chose right or not. But anyways, the story wise, this is the full those manhwas or thing. It's full color. The big books or things, so they get a lot into them or thing. There's only volume 4 just came out. I haven't read volume 4, but I've read volume 1 through 3, and so far I was actually really surprised. I'm really enjoying this. It's a pretty good story so far. My sister recommended this, so shout out to Killer Tank. I'll have to put a link in the bio down below to her channel. But yeah, I think she definitely turned me onto this one or thing. So far I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna have to put this in I have to put this in mid B tier right there. Alright, so that's where that is right now. Okay, now this one currently has 12 volumes, okay? I've only read the first volume and half of the second volume. I know, I'm terrible. I've been meaning to get back to it. It's not that it's bad. I just haven't got back to it. And then the anime came out, and I'm like, I want to watch the anime, because I believe they do have English dub for it. But a lot of times when I watch the anime, then it pulled me away from wanting to read the manga. There's been several like that. It's like Shangri-La Frontier. I was really enjoying that. I read it to like volume 5 or 6, and then I watched the anime, and now I've been having a struggle to get back to it. It's been like that with several freaking mangas. So I'm like, I don't want to watch it because I want to read it. So I'm going to put it in a thing as I have not read yet, because I don't feel like I would give it a fair rating. So I'm going to put it there. Anyways, moving on, we got Reborn Rich. I have not read this yet. The first volume just came out. The story, it looks interesting. Looking forward to getting around to reading it eventually. So they're finally getting into the ones that I have not read yet. Or thing we went through quite through everything. So moving on to the next one, The Beginning After the End. This has 5 volumes. Not read this yet. I need to read it. Sorry, I think, like I said, there's quite a few. I think it looks good. I'm pretty sure this is isekai. I'm not positive. I've only read the back of it to make sure, and I Googled it. It says it's Isekai, but I'm not 100%, so if I'm wrong, let me know. Same thing with this next title or thing, The Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine. I'm not ready yet. The only first volume just came out, but it looks good. It mentions being like a video game, kind of the villainous kind of stuff like that. So, this next one, Villainous Are Destined to Die. I've only read half of the first book, so I'm going to put this as, there's 6 volumes, and so far I'm liking it. Like I said, it's another one of those, I'm not sure if you can clarify. I looked it up, and one says yes, one says no. I don't know. So if it's not, it doesn't belong here, let me know. But right now, I haven't read, so I'm going to put it in here. Looks really good, though. Another one my sister referred me to, so shout out to Killer Tank. Moving on, we got Game of Familia. I expected it to be not what it was, but it turns out it's actually pretty good. Everything so far, Volume 4 just came out. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to soon. I'm going to put it low B tier. I'm going to put it probably, I'll put it underneath there, but above Evanescence. There you go. There you guys go. For those Evanescence fans, everything, you take the win. But yeah, I'm going to put it there. So moving on. This is a new one. It just came out. I have not read it yet. I'm not even going to be able to freaking pronounce the freaking name properly. It's Apocalypse Myodicy? I don't know. I apologize for butchering some of these damn names. Since I've not read it yet, it's going to go in the non-read file. Moving on. We got Reincarnated Witch Spells Doom. I've only read like half of the first book, so it needs to go in here. It looks good. I've heard it's good, so I don't know for sure. Another one or thing is Reborn to Master the Blade. From Hero King to Extraordinary Squire. I've only read the first volume. There's 3 volumes. What I've read so far, I would have to put it probably, I put it C tier. It's alright. Everything so far, it's not terrible. It's not, but like I said, I've only read the first volume. I put it above Isekai Life. Isekai Life, for thing, like I've only basing off what I've seen on the anime, and I've only read like the first 5 volumes, so it could be much better. I feel like everything it's getting shit on everything because there's so many in C tier, that it should be higher on the list, but yeah. So anyways, moving on. The hero laughs while walking the path of vengeance a second time. This was good. I enjoyed this, but there's only 2 volumes, and I heard it got axed. It got canceled, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how to feel on this one, because this story was like, it kind of remind me of like
Redo the Healer.
It's a manga I think they got really ripped into because of how violent and how like not just the violence, but like the sexual content, all that stuff. I think it was pretty bad. I think, but yeah, I think I'm gonna put this bottom freaking D tier because of the fact that it got canceled. I don't think anything's really gonna get thrown in the garbage or thing, because I don't own garbage. Another one or thing on the list or thing, we got the Otherworlders Explore the Dungeon. I've not read this, but I did hear, I think it got canceled, got axed. There's only 2 volumes, and that sucks if it did, because I mean, I don't like picking up stuff that's going to be canceled. I mean, who does? So yeah, the next one on the list here, the reformation of the world as seen as a realistic demon king. I've not read this. It's got 3 volumes. It looks good. Hopefully it is. We'll find out. But yeah, unfortunately, it's in the non-reader list. Another I haven't read yet or anything, but I've only read like the first, not even the first couple chapters. Reincarnating the game as the hero's friend. I've not read it yet. It's only got 2 volumes, so it's still new. We'll find out soon if it's good or not. So Farming Life in Another World has 10 volumes. The 10th volume just came out, and I have not read it yet. But I just picked this series up, or thing. Like, I just added it to my collection, so I have an excuse. But yeah, it goes up there. It'll eventually be in the list. I believe I've seen the anime. I'm not sure if it's the same one or not, but if it is, the anime was pretty good, so I'm looking forward to the read. How the realistic hero rebuilt the kingdom. Now, the anime, I loved the anime. The anime was great, but I've not read the manga. This is one of those ones where I bought it or thing because I love the anime, and I've not gotten around to reading it. So it's like, because I watched the anime, I put it off. So we're almost done here. We got 5 more left. All right, so Hunting Life in Another World with my elf wife. This is actually really good. I'm really enjoying this. It's going to go up here. I would say top B tier. Just underneath Karate Survivor. Alright. Moving on. Another one I have not read, but I just added this to my collection thing. I was caught up in the hero summoning, but the other world was at peace. This has 9 volumes. I just picked it up, so it'll be in my list of reading here soon, but I've not read it yet. So next up on the list, we got The Lazy Dungeon Master. I've read half of this. There's 8 volumes, and I'm just about to finish. I just started reading volume 5. So this, as of right now, I like this series or anything. I like the kind of the whole dungeon building concept, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna put this top B, somewhere mid to top B tier. I'll put it above Remonster. All right, so there we go. Okay, we're down to our last 2. No Longer Allowed Another World. Now, I remember when I picked this up, I just kind of flipped through it, and I fell onto the page where the priestess brings him to this world, and he says, hey, you've been chosen to be the hero, and, blah, blah, blah. And she checks his stats and says he has 1 HP and he's poisoned. And she starts flipping out, like, what's going on? And she looks over at him, and he's smoking a cigarette. With the I don't give a fuck look on his face or thing, because he doesn't even want to be here. He's like, apparently everything, he's like, she ruined his freaking his suicide, and he just wants to die, and that's the whole concept of this whole thing. So it's a totally different twist on it. I've only read the first volume. Volume 6 just came out, I believe. I feel like I have to keep constantly going to look. Where the fuck is it? Yes, volume 6. Yeah, 6. So this did just get an anime. I don't know everything right now. As of right now, it's only subbed, so let's hope it gets an English dub. Please, 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 because I'm tired of this bullshit. But yeah, so thing as of right now, it's what I've read. It looks like it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna put it in top seat here because I've only read the first volume, so as of right now, I don't really know, and I'm gonna put it here, right behind Yakuza. Okay. And last but not least, we got Exo Drive. Now, I don't know if this is considered an Isekai or not. I think I know it's an Isekai tournament. I have not. I've only read like half of this, so I'm going to put it as a not read. I read like a couple chapters. But I hear it's only 3 volumes and it's complete, or it's been canceled. I don't know. So I'm going to put it there. And there you have it. That's 54 titles.
Okay, I had to make a slight adjustment. I noticed something was off. Nothing majorly changed. I just moved Soma Spider to S tier, and my status as the assassin exceeds the hero from top B tier to bottom A tier. But anyways, here we are. This is our top 5 from the S tier. First place, we got Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Coming in at second, we got As a Reincarnated Aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill to rise up in the world. My number 3 is The Ideal Sponger Life, followed by So What's Wrong with Getting Reborn as a Goblin? And number 5 is So I'm a Spider, So What? I'm not going to go through the entire list, we just did that, but we might as well cover at least the top 10. So we already did the first 5, so let's continue with number 6, which is Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. Number 7 is Dungeon Dive, aim for the deepest level. Number 8 is Creature Girls, a hands-on field journal in another world. Number 9 is Reborn as a Space Mercenary. I woke up piloting the strongest ship. And lastly, number 10, Headhunted to Another World, from Salaryman to Big 4. So what'd you guys think? Are any of your favorites in my top 10? Let me know in the comments down below. Or maybe you don't agree with anything I had to say. Let me know that as well. Let me know what your top 5 is in the comments. If you guys are enjoying this content, please hit that like button and please subscribe for more. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.